What is Black Desert Mobile? It's an MMORPG full of intense, epic battles, but it's so much more than just the battles. It's full of potential. It's a culmination of relaxing, fishing, socializing, fighting, exploring, and more. Set in an extraordinarily visualized fantasy world, all in the comfort of your mobile device. A true MMORPG at your fingertips. Black Desert Mobile.
Hey guys.
Hello!
Can you guys hear us okay? Can you guys see us okay?
Are we audible?
Oh man, the chat's as passionate as it is all
Oh, their
screaming
passion
on
is
screen,
their
like-
passion is
Echo?
palpable.
Oh, there's echo?
Echo? Oh, echo.
Ah,
No.
Echo's not good.
No, echo. Make the echo go away.
Is it really bad?
Yeah, how bad are we talking?
Oh.
Are we offensive?
Oh, hold on. Let me try to fix. Let me try to fix it real quick. Hold on. Goodness.
Sorry about that, guys. I will try to speak. I'm gonna manage my voice so nobody goes crazy with the earphones. But welcome to the stream. This is episode 23, episode 24. So thank you guys as always for coming from Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. So we will be, obviously we have plenty of passionates for you guys. We have many things to let you know about. But as always, this first bit of the chat is just kind of catching up with you guys, seeing how you feel about the game, taking care of any questions you have.
Can you keep asking if there's echo?
And also guys, update me, I need present chat. Update me on the echo. They are fixing it, I promise.
Well, it's only one person.
Okay, so I will take care of any questions you guys have. I will answer everything as best as I possibly can.
Still echo? What?
Echo is still bad, they say.
Oh, I don't know how to fix the echo. Hold on. Let me try something.
Okay, the echo, okay, real but manageable. I guess there have been worse things. I am trying to manage my voice volume. Okay, patch notes will be coming in just a bit, as soon as we fix this lovely issues with the echo.
Yeah, it does. The echo's pretty big.
Yeah, so the decoration behind us, things still go back and forth, whether we get to be in this office or whether we get to be in the other office that we normally go from for you guys. So assuming this becomes more of a thing, we should definitely
How about now?
go crazy.
How
Okay,
about
they did a thing. Let me know about the echo, guys.
Is it better?
More echo. More echo.
Worse echo?
Worse
no.
echo.
It's not good. More echo?
I'm sorry.
Uh,
Should we just do ASMR right now until? What about ASMR echo? Is that terrible for you guys?
I don't know where the echo's coming from.
Better now, they say.
Better now,
This
is it?
Okay.
Good? Good's fine now? Okay. But still echo?
It's
Is it
terrible,
better?
it's great. Disable microphone, many people are suggesting. But the mics are regular social distancing distance.
Is it okay? Like, you guys let us know. Like, let us know if the echo hasn't gone away. Like, is it really bad still? Is it really bad? Like, if it's really bad, I'll go back and try to fix. But like this, that's the thing about this studio is like, oh, it's okay. It looks like y'all inside. So, yeah, that's part of being echo, right? Joel sounds fine,
Echo's
but
the
echoing.
echo.
Joel sounds good off camera. Oh goodness, that's
rough.
then I can
That's
do the whole
rough.
stream off camera if that's
we both? Should
if
we
that's
both
more.
just
Yeah,
do
we
that?
just like we'll just put like this Black Spirit plushie
Yeah.
right there and just like do the stream offline. Okay, well we'll try to make it a little bit better for next time, but it seems like this is the best we're gonna get for this mini studio setup that we have. As we announced last week, we're not kicked out of the studio. We were not kicked out of the big
No,
studio,
it was
but
voluntary, completely.
it was very, very agreed upon. It was
Yes.
not just a one-sided get out of here. It was a more of can you get out of here? And it was like we kindly said okay.
Oh, very
yeah. It was very
an amicable conversation.
yeah. Maybe it is just a room. Maybe it is. Hey, I need to turn off the air purifier thing. Like that's also making the noise.
It's also a thing.
Yeah. Hold on.
Alright, so in the meantime, we will definitely answer as many questions as we can.
Where's the fan thing? You keep talking, Tim.
I am looking for questions to answer for the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right here.
Archmage was my main as well. I am waiting just as you guys are.
Maybe. I guess you can't do anything.
Present chat. Present chat.
Jeremy, he's lost the chat. The chat.
The chat has been
Lost.
forsook.
Yeah, there's this fan like that's on the top of it.
Unavoidably whispering above us.
Yeah, and that's not really helping the case. Yeah, it just could be the room. Yeah, it really just could be the room. But hopefully we'll find a better solution to this. But yeah, hello guys. Sorry that I was off camera for the last. I don't know if that's to be sorry or if that's a good thing. I don't know. But
Statement of truth.
whatever your feelings were about me being off camera. But yes, I was on camera trying to fix the thing. Yeah, we'll try to definitely make the audio a little bit better for next week. But yes, welcome to the stream, guys. Episode 24 here today, and today is April 28th. It is the day after my birthday. I had a wonderful birthday. If nobody asked, but like I had a wonderful birthday. In case somebody was curious,
They clearly care.
Yeah, I mean,
When they said all those things about everything they said about you, they were definitely asking.
yeah, I would think at least one person cares.
Yeah.
I mean, like there, yeah. So my birthday was yesterday, and I had a lot of fun. Thank you for. Thank you so much, guys. I know that with last week's episode of Velia Inn, I personally probably am not the most lovable person in the world right now because of the.
Okay, in your defense, you didn't create.
I'm not a developer, but still I'm the one that presents what has been developed, and hasn't been the best reception of what happened last week. And
Put it kindly.
yeah, and it was the first Velia Inn episode that we had more dislikes than likes in our YouTube video. So usually it's like a ratio of like we have 5 times more likes than we have dislikes usually. But last week was like 3 times more dislikes than we had likes for the first time.
And there seem to be similar levels of passion.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure it hasn't ended. I know that you guys are having some very, very certain feelings about what happened last week, and of course, what happened, and of course, in the future updates, I'm sure the devs will take all that into consideration, maybe to put out some more updates that will be on a little more happy note. I would assume, because I don't think they would want this sort of response every week. Is my imagination of things, and I would think that the devs will still be hearing you guys out to see what the best direction it is to take with this game. But especially for today, I think today is kind of the response for all the heat that came around last week, and you'll see later on when we get to the patch notes that this week is quite good in terms of like I think we'll start to hear some happy notes out of chat.
If things go well.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're hoping, because a lot of the updates that we're having today, I think, are very manageable for all the players involved, and I think a lot of people like it. I especially like a lot of the updates that came on today. So be sure to stay tuned for that. We'll get to that and see exactly what you guys are in for today's update. So today's update will be a 3-hour maintenance. I do have to apologize for the. For the temporary maintenance we had the other day. We initially said it was going to be a 1-hour maintenance. Jeremy, right? We said it was going to be a 1-hour maintenance first, right? The temporary maintenance. Then we said it was going to be like delayed for 30 minutes or something like that.
And
then we delayed it for another 90 minutes.
Minor details.
it was not. It was. I was not the happiest Joel sending out those extended messages that saying, we just extended our maintenance for 30 minutes. I was like okay-ish then, because like I know the users will be like, users' minutes will be like, I'm sure that can happen. It's like it's fine. But like when I had to send out that second message saying like we extended for 90 more minutes, I felt very bad as I said it, because I really didn't want you guys to be waiting so long for this update to happen. But yeah, so but after that, the server instability issue that we did have, which was the reason why we did temporary maintenance in the first place. After the maintenance, it definitely seemed to get a lot better. We heard lots of reports from users saying that the server was a lot more stable and getting a lot less disconnections and server lags. But yeah, thank you guys for being patient through that, and we do really apologize for the lack of a better communication that could have been a little bit better. If we just said 3-hour maintenance to start things off, it would have been fine. But like we'd start off with 1 hour.
It looks like the noise is still, or the echo is still hurting a lot of people.
It's hurting.
Should I move this mic? Or just
Maybe
turn it off.
Maybe just like move it away a little. Sound quality. Yeah, sound quality is not great right now. So Jeremy's checking the sounds too, like he's listening through his phone and.
Yeah, he's listening as well.
Yeah, but we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out to make the sound a little bit better. I don't know. We'll put on hand mics or something.
Okay, they said some people said it's getting better.
It's getting better.
Yeah. So the distance maybe is helping.
If some person said don't use mic. If we don't use mic.
Then
you will hear nothing.
It's super ASMR at that point.
No, you won't hear anything.
Not even.
This is the only sound source that you guys have. The only other sound that's coming out through your speaker is the really reduced down in volume of the elevator music that I always turn on. That's about the only sound that you guys are getting in addition to our voices through here. So if we use one mic,
instead.
I mean, like maybe if that is to be our last resort, we'll think about it. But I would definitely not want to use just one mic when we have plenty of mics around. We're even thinking of using hand mics. Like hand mics are pretty,
like we did the last time.
Yeah, it's pretty reliable and like it doesn't betray us a lot. But yes, we're gonna try to answer questions. Of course, that's how we always do. But just a couple of announcements before we go. So I already made the announcement about the apologies for the extended temporary maintenance that we had the other day. I really do feel sorry about that. But another announcement that we do have is regarding the thing that we were talking about just for the past couple of weeks. If some of you guys were curious about the upcoming Raminus tournament, we will be holding signups starting today. So after the stream ends, after the maintenance ends, we will slowly prep our way to announcing the beginning of registrations for the upcoming Raminus tournament, and that will allow you guys to form a team and to sign up as much as you want in terms of whichever players that you want to go with. You do have to keep in mind that you guys have to be in the same region. So you're not restricted to the same server in terms of like, if you're in Europe, you don't have to be all Dandelion, so you don't have to be all Velia, you don't have to be all Dandelion to do that. You just have to, Dandelion's Asia. But anyway, so you're not restricted to being on the same servers for all three players, but you do have to be in the same region. So all of you guys have to be from Europe.
Right.
Everybody from your team has to be from Asia. Everybody from your team has to be either American and stuff like that. So just be sure to catch up on that, and then the registration should be pretty straightforward from there. This time it will be team-based in terms of how we're going to identify each group. So you will have to form a team name. You have to come up with a team name that best represents your squad, and just give us that in addition to all your user information down the registration when you get there. So yeah, just all the details will be out once we do post that, and just keep your eyes out on our social media. We'll definitely let you guys know that it's happening, and we'll hopefully see you there. Alright, so I guess that's a bit it for the announcements. I guess we can go to
let's get straight into questions.
Yeah, let's go to questions. What questions do you guys might have? Like, what is it that that sparks the inner you in terms of being curious about Black Magic?
I saw something, if reds can only drop in violet monsters, no, you should be able to get it from any zone that has it as listed as a drop.
So, including the very, very high difficulty, the Schultz new area that we had.
Of course.
Yeah, in addition to that, there are a lot of other lower CP areas that holds red items, and I think the easiest way to get red items, I say easy, but of course I'm talking comparatively, but yes, the easiest way you can get is to, I would think, go to any of the Chrome Castle areas where they have the Noir's gloves, and of course the Noir's shoes are at the very end at the underwater cave. But those are pretty low in terms of the relative CP to availability of reds, so you guys can do that. Oh, the mics are not working. It's the... Oh, really? Oh, I'll look at that.
Okay.
That might be it.
Okay, they're on to the possible echo issue.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy, you're a hero. You can bring the mic closer to you now.
are we good now?
Yeah, you can bring the mic closer to you now.
Nothing crazy?
Yeah. No, you can bring. You can
Oh,
bring
it
the
says,
mic.
they said no audio.
No, well, I mean, no, it's definitely better now. Like, yeah, look at that. Well, it's
Okay.
been muted for a second, but it was just a test. And
Okay.
bring the mic closer to you, like bring it to your face and all that. Like, it's fixed. It fixed.
Everything is
Thank
better
goodness.
now.
Thank goodness. So we, Jeremy said, worship me, and
Please do.
I am a Christian, so I cannot worship other people. But yes, we'll do something close to that. Thank
I got
you.
Jeremy's back though.
Well, I mean, like, thank you, Jeremy, so much. Yeah. Well, that was really good. So the audio is a lot better now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gucci, is it Gucci? So everybody say thank you, Jeremy, for being the technical genius.
Jeremy
this
fixed
perspective.
everything.
Jeremy literally fixed everything. Like that one spark of the motion in his head saying like, I think the cam mic is on, because the cam mic is terrible.
Bless its heart.
The cam mic, the quality of the cam mic is terrible. You see all the thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
You see that on chat, right? So
They-
Jeremy gets to see that.
They like Jeremy so much more than us right now.
It's fair. It's fair to say, because we're the bringer of the doom. We're like the Grim Reaper, the bringer of the bad news, and Jeremy always does the good stuff.
Well, hopefully we can be happy reapers today.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even Jeremy, during that temporary maintenance, when I was the one saying that we're extending 30 minutes, we're extending 9 minutes, Jeremy was the one after that saying we're actually opening 30 minutes early. so he's like the good guy. He's like the good guy, and like he's a
He's your
good
guy
cop
on
and the
the
bad
inside.
cop. Yeah. So yeah, Jeremy, thank you, Jeremy, so much for helping us fix this out. It definitely relieved the audio tension for everybody in the viewership right now. And speaking of viewership, we did make a little bit of modification in the chat box right here where I'm
nice
pointing the
pointing.
finger. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to think about my mirror imaging.
Yep.
But yeah, right here, you can see the live view count for all the platforms that we are streaming at right now. So Twitch, we have about close to 1,600. And
Yeah.
then like YouTube, we have about 1,500 or something like that.
Almost
And Facebook, we
17.
have like 600, and all together it shows like this crazy addition to all of it. So yeah, thank you guys for coming out. It's good to have everybody here. And I thought that after the last episode, we might just like lose
Lose one or two?
1 or 2,000. Like,
Oh.
after that, like, and I
Give or
know that
take.
a lot of people were frustrated after last week's update, and so I thought that maybe this week would have been like everybody just leaving and just like, and then I'm just gonna be crying myself to sleep. It's like, oh, no one's gonna watch Velia Inn anymore. But yes, it seems like enough people still came out to watch, so thank you guys. We'll try to do our best to be as informative, but also try to be as effective in terms of sending you guys the information that you guys need. And yeah, let's just hoping that we can keep in this together and still keep this alive for a long time is what I'm hoping for Velia Inn.
And I've seen questions asking about the tower update you might have seen in other places, but
We'll
we're
get
gonna
there.
be getting to everything in just a little bit with the patch
So
notes.
anything regarding to the patch note that hasn't arrived that you guys don't know about, we'll definitely try to cover all of it once we get to the patch notes section. So for now, for the Q&A, let's try to ask something that has already happened, but you guys are a little bit curious about in terms of what is what in terms of the little bit of details. If you guys have any questions, just throw it at us, and we'll try to make sure we can address it. New events, yes, we'll have new events, of course, as
They
we
are
do
definitely
every week.
happening.
We might have weeks where we don't have as many events, but we never have a week where we have no events. We always have at least one event, and that was like the extent of that last week when we only had one event. Good news or bad news? I think they're good news. I think today's a lot of good news.
like to think it's
I would
goodness.
think that today's I'm just trying to be like as real as possible, because I know what you guys like, and I know that what you guys not like as much. But yes, I think today's some of the stuff that you'll find today will be stuff that you like. I can almost guarantee it, and I think you'll enjoy it. I really enjoy a lot of it, and that tells you a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, we really understand a lot of your guys' concerns from last week. Despite us trying to kind of be as positive as possible, we totally understand where you guys are coming from.
Yeah.
But the stuff that's coming out with this update, like even for me, I'm free to play also. You guys have a lot to look forward to.
I mean, the thing is, like, we're in this position of being the first one, being the most frontline. Like, we're the Freddie Mercury of this band called Pearl Abyss, and
Uh-huh.
we're the front man.
Uh-huh.
I'm being the most front line of seeing all the good responses coming from you guys, but also seeing all the bad responses coming from you guys. This is our role. I mean, like, if you guys scream at us, yell at us, and just like all do all these complaints, it's what we have to receive, right? Because on the other hand, like, when good things happen, when good things come about from you guys' experience playing this game, you guys show the most kind of responses to us first, and we get to relish it, cherish it as much as we can before we send it off to the others. So, I mean, it's really a double-edged sword position that we have here. We get to see all the good things first, but we get to see all the...
It's very sharp on both sides.
Very, very sharp. It would be a very OP sword if we were make it a weapon out of that.
If this relationship was a weapon in a game, it would be the best weapon in the game.
It would probably be the ultimate weapon, yeah. So yeah, why does Mask Scarin run a better tournament than you guys? Well, I mean, he's I'm sure he has a talent of his own in terms of running tournaments, and last time was our first attempt at running a tournament, and of course we're not a professional esports organization just designated to like have all these professionals just running a tournament, but we tried our best, and we'll definitely do our best again to try to make it better than last time. So hopefully,
Always a learning experience.
yeah, this season 2 hopefully it will be a little bit better than last season. If you guys found a lot of unfortunate situations about it, Jeremy,
Live
listen to it.
chat.
Yes, we'll go to the patch notes soon. I love you guys' attitude. Thank you very much.
Feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, we try to be positive, but not trying to fake it. Like, we're not trying to, like, we're so sad on the inside, but we're gonna act so happy about it. Like, that's not us. It's just like we understand and comprehend like all these responses that are coming, but we understand why it's coming. That's why we're not necessarily so frustrated at it,
Right.
but it's more of us understanding why that is, and we try to cater to that as best as we can from our position.
Present chat.
Yeah.
Good.
How many people quit? Well, I guess not that much since we still have a lot of viewers here. If people quit, I mean, people will stop watching Velia Inn. That's as simple as that. If you don't play the game, there's no need to watch the stream about the game. Like, so, and this viewer count right now, it shows us like we have over 4,000 viewers like combined right now. It's crazy.
4,000 is great, but we understand your concerns.
Yes.
So we're just wait just a few more minutes, guys. We'll be getting right to it.
Yeah. So Jeremy rocks. Thank you. We all do believe that Jeremy does rock, in many sense. Awakened success rate percentages. We all have told you before last week that Awakened enhancement does start off at a relatively higher percentage. Then it does steep down once it gets to higher awakenings.
We also don't know the percentages.
We don't know the percentage.
No.
No one told us.
No.
But on the only percentage that we do know is that the 50% the restoration rate is the only one we know.
It's also
but
less than 100% chance to succeed.
it is. I think just from our own eyes, it's
From my own observation.
It's very lower than 100%, and you guys have all already felt the pain. I'm trying to get past 3 and 4, but haven't seen a lot of people go above 5. Like
I've seen a couple.
I've seen people go to 5.
Those banners that pop up.
Yeah, I've seen people go to 5, but like, how high have you guys actually gone? Like, I'm actually curious as to like, how high did you guys get? Like I told you last week, I was not even at plus 40 last week, and I bought a lot of Blackstones this week. Now I'm at like 1, so like I'm at pre, right? I'm at pre now, and this is my first like.
Oh, 13, higher than the highest possible number. Good job.
Good job, you. Whoever got 13, you beat the game. You beat the system.
The percentages had to have been terrible.
You beat the system.
to
13,
get higher
good
than
job.
the max.
But if you guys tell us in pen and stuff like that, and pen is I think 5, right? Tet is
4.
6.
4.
Okay,
Someone just said 4.
4. So yeah, 4 is like the highest most people will get, I think, and like 5 is like you got super lucky and like you got that's something to celebrate about and just buy some lottery tickets right after. But yeah, I've seen 5. I definitely have, but I don't think I've seen 6 yet. So if you guys get there, just do let us know. We'll cheer and celebrate with you. All right. So super lucky means super rich. That's not necessarily true. I like
Those are mutually exclusive things.
well, not the most exclusive things,
Oh.
but
Potentially.
But potentially, yes, exactly. So you can not spend that much money, but still get to really high ratings if you're just super lucky. So yeah, good luck with you guys. If you guys are still working on that Awaken enhancement, it's a tough ride, I know, but definitely it's what you guys would want to do if you want to get stronger. Ranked season, when does it end? I believe it ends on the first day of. No, it ends on the last day of April. As far as I know, and you guys will get your corresponding rewards for your rank at the time. So
Indubitably.
And if you're not sure exactly when it ends, and if you want to check that out, just go to the patch notes where we first introduced the ranked arena, and then try to see exactly where you can share that information over to your fellow peers to see when you guys need to keep on grinding, and when you guys need to think about just hold on, just to see where we're at. And yeah, and we actually heard some reports about this quote unquote parking. Like once you reach,
What is this parking?
Once you reach a certain rank that you're very happy with, and you're not confident that you can go any higher than where you are right now.
Like hitting a plateau.
Yeah, hitting there and just not playing any more ranked arena for the rest of the season. And there was a lot of discussion between that in terms of how proper is that. Some people were saying you should decay if you're not playing for such a long time. I know some games do implement that, but for now I think the way it's set up in terms of remaining where you are, I think it's just as good of an accomplishment for you to reach there, and I think we should celebrate it. So if you want to hit this mark and you're happy with it, then and just kind of not play ranked arena for the rest of the season, I think that's completely fine in my opinion. I know, different games go different ways in terms of some games allow parking, some games do decay your rank if you don't play for a long time. But I think the way it is right now, I think it's completely fine. And a lot of not the ranked arena, just in general the arena issues that are ongoing, we're still working on that, trying to fix that as fast as we can. And hopefully we'll get to more and more updates trying to make that experience a little bit better. So do have your patience with us. And the Siege War, yes, Siege War, we're still as much as we're looking like we're not doing anything about it, we're doing a lot about it. And the guys over at the game design, they're really crunching their heads to see exactly what's the best way to solve this. So definitely do know that we're still in the process of this. So Siege War, Node War, the frustration that are still there. Hopefully we'll get to fix that soon, and just to know that we definitely are working on it. Yeah. So we'll get an updated roadmap. I haven't heard for now, but instead of a roadmap, I think one of the announcements today will be a big surprise. Something that
a short path map.
Oh, something that you guys didn't expect. Something that you guys didn't even think about. How dare they? At a time, the audacity at a time like this. Do you know what you're gonna get those kind of responses when we announce this, and you guys might get surprised by it.
Unbelievable.
And you guys might like it. Just letting you know. Just wait till the patch notes. We'll throw out some interesting stuff at you guys. Hopefully you guys like it. All right. Okay, so I guess we're almost ready to go to the patch notes.
Is it gonna happen?
Just one more question. Let me give it one more. Because it's the calm before the big storm, and hoping that it's a happy storm. One more. I guess we don't have any big questions then. Chat is moving so fast. This is the kind of the
hot deals when.
Hot deals when. I've been speaking this out internally. It's these guys want hot deal. If they want, I told the director saying
Nothing brings happiness quite like hot deals.
I told the director, if our users would want anything in this world, one thing in this world to be hot, they want it to be deals.
The deals.
They want hot deals so bad. I tried to be as direct and as forward pushing about this, and she was like, okay.
Just like that.
She said okay, but I don't know what
now
that means.
You said that, you better have something to say in the patch notes.
I don't know when hot deals are coming, but including today after today's stream, I will go back and say these guys want hot deals.
Oh, you're gonna march right up.
Oh yeah, that'll be the first thing I say. I won't say have a good day. I won't say great job for today's efforts and all that. All that crap out of the way. I'll say they want hot deals.
Yeah, my office.
Chat wants hot deal. User wants hot deal. Hot potato, whatever you guys want to call it. Hot deals is what you guys want, and I do too. I still have about 4,000 black pearls that I didn't spend, and I'm waiting for that hard. It's gonna be a hot deal. Not the best way to end the sentence, but
No, you're perfect.
Okay, so I think we are ready to get into the patch notes. I think we are ready to get into the patch notes. And the first slide.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
I think we are ready to get into the patch notes.
Brace
And the first slide is something that you guys didn't expect. I should go and do it.
Someone just did a hashtag Striker Please Daddy Tim.
Do
Do you think that was relevant?
Do you
Should we
guys
kick him out?
do you guys do you guys want a new class? Do you guys want a new class?
More or less. On a scale from 1 to kind of.
I know it hasn't been long. I know it hasn't been long since we got in the new class. The Dark Knight has.
I'm seeing some no's. I guess we can just skip it.
We are allowed to skip a couple of slides and act like it's not there.
Yeah.
Of course, it's still coming to the game, but we don't have to. We have to pretend like it's not coming to the game. But yes, if you want a new class, what would it be? I see a lot of ninjas. I see a lot of people wanting ninjas. I see a lot of people wanting Musas, the Tamers, and the Striker, and the Shy, and wow. I mean, if the Shy came on, that would be crazy. But
Came out a few months ago.
So the first slide is an announcement. It's an announcement of
announcement of announcements.
Of a new class coming very, very soon. Jeremy, let's get into it.
Do the thing.
Get ready for the Pog Champs. There it is. Striker.
Oh, are you a martial artist?
Ah!
Maybe not.
No, that wasn't it. So yeah, yes, Striker is coming on May 12th. I mean, Jeremy is saying the chat's too fast. I think chat might break. At this rate,
it exploded a little bit.
And I told you that you guys might like this update. You guys might like today's patch notes. All the love that we lost for last week. We're getting it back.
Strategery.
We're getting it back.
We planned it.
All that. It's far away, sure, but we're getting it back. Yes, Striker is almost here. I was about to say
so
here.
Close.
I was about to say
so
here.
So close.
But May 12th, 2 weeks away.
Just 2 weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks away.
And surely if Striker's coming in 2 weeks, there must be Striker-related events we can
Tim, you just hit the spot.
Did I? Oh, I spot hit?
You spot hit it.
Nice.
And we will have a Striker pre-registration event. So all of you guys, since the first release of a new class when we had the Sorcerers, right? Sorcerers was our first class.
Way back
and even then, people were like, Striker win. There was a lot of ninja wins
since
too.
I've been here.
There was a lot of ninja wins, but there was more Striker wins. And I think this might be the first class release where the devs literally. This is completely unofficial. This is my
Your perception,
my imagination. I didn't ask about this. This is not an official statement, but I think this might be the first class that Pearl Abyss took the user consideration.
They made an adjustment based purely off user feedback.
It's my guess.
It's possible.
Because the Dark Knight, I'm sure it definitely would have been planned. It's always been the very popular class in any region that we've released Black Desert Mobile. Sorcerers, very, very typical first class to release. I mean, all that is understood. But the Striker, I didn't expect it. But the fact that they are releasing this one amidst all the high amount of requests for this class, man, I think this is. These are the moments. These are the moments where this stream actually does something.
It feels important.
It feels like it actually has a function. All these Striker win, this spamming that goes around this in chat, it was all for a good cause. It made it into a reality.
It was worth it in the end.
Yeah. I mean, I know some people still might not want strike. They might want something else. But for the many
Can't
people.
please everybody, but
But for the many people that really want a striker, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have a striker pre-registration and events there, and I will completely explain how to get there. So go to the event tab as such, and you'll see this prepare for the striker Echo Spirits Daily Missions event. So this is similar to the Vidir mission that we had for the Dark Knight, where you just go to the Vidir, talk to that person, and just get that one daily mission and just complete it and get some decent amount of rewards. Boom, that's it. And all you have to do is just go here. Just press this, find the Echo Spirit, press that button, and in any village that you're in any town that you're in, you will find the Echo Spirit kind of linked up on at the top, and just press it and you'll find the Echo Spirit as such.
Someone said the echo on the mics was the hint.
Holy cow. Holy cow. The conspiracy.
Yeah, no, we see that we brought this all around.
The genius.
Yeah,
the genius.
You think we do things on accident?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
No way, friend.
This is you guys read these signs.
I'm glad at least one person picked up on what we were throwing.
Let's not be dishonest in chat, but
Time.
yes,
keep going.
That was
keep going.
amazing. That was
just-
amazing. Yeah, so whatever that echo was from the beginning, but if it led up to that, we're just geniuses. Okay, so yeah, so this is how you do it. Just go to the Echo Spirit, just talk to this man by pressing this button, and you'll be led up to this screen. A little bit fancier than before, I would say.
More or less.
A lot more fancier than we had the Vidir, and you'll have this screen that says, prepare for the striker, participate in the pre-registration event, and the first thing you do on the first day when this opens, which is going to be today after the maintenance, you just have to do this. Press this pre-register button, and you will get this box chest. I know you like chest. I know you like chest.
You also like boxes.
I like boxer. But
solid
yes.
Konglish.
Yes. So press on the pre-register, and you will get this, which includes a chest that is called Striker's pre-registration chest. It does include red bean bun, 10 of them, vegetable bun, 10 of them. I would imagine those are just buff items.
Striker is a healthy eater.
I mean, he not trying to be demographic here, but he might be Asian.
Based on the food choices.
Yeah, I mean, red bean bun, vegetable bun is very, very Asian.
And
choice.
red bean buns are amazing. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like this is just my personal opinion things, but I think the striker might be Asian. Anyway, so speaking of demographic, I know this is not the best connecting line to it, but
I can't wait.
You can completely speak about the lores about where the striker comes
because of demographics. Okay,
because I just called him Asian, yeah.
So if you're wondering who the Echo Spirit is, clearly the Echo Spirit is a manifestation of the energy of the striker.
That's it?
Straight from his training.
Okay.
That is exactly who he is.
That's it?
Yeah.
That was a short story.
Well, I mean, Striker, he grew up on the streets.
On the streets.
He was a brawler first.
On the Asian streets.
On the East streets.
Oh, on the eastern streets, okay.
And during his brawlabanza thing, Sensei found him, then he taught him the ways. He learned the flow of life.
Flow of life, right.
And then through his flow of life learning, manifested the spirit.
Okay. So this is the Echo Spirit.
And now the striker has been sent away. He's got thrown over to a different island.
Right.
And the Echo Spirit's trying to find him again.
Okay.
They are one and the same.
They are the same.
Yes.
But your striker that you create in your character creation chart will not look like that. I don't think you can make it.
You can do whatever you want to do.
I don't think you can create the striker to look like the Echo Spirit.
The Echo Spirit.
Yeah, the Echo Spirit.
I meant that exact.
No, the on the below is an example of the
Yes.
striker. But yes, the Echo Spirit is just a character within it, but that's not what your striker is gonna look like.
No.
Anyway, so the striker pre-registration chest you will be able to get on the first day you log in as soon as this event begins, which is gonna be today after the maintenance ends. So just be sure to log in, pick up on that striker pre-registration
Striker is
chest.
so strong.
And yeah, it is very strong.
So
You're
strong.
right. Yeah, and we're going to go with the events themselves, which is going to be the actual quest. It's basically defeat 200 enemies every day. That's
Defeat
it.
So many.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Just 200 enemies every day if you complete it for 7 days in total. So that's 7 days for 14 days available, right, Jeremy?
Right.
Right, so we have 14 days you guys can do these quests, so if you miss out on a couple days, it's completely fine. But yes, you can just have 7 days of completion, and once you're done with all that, you get these yellow chests on the right side, which contains a striker launch test, which is going to be 20 golden sculptures, which is going to be a couple of silver, and 200 boss stamps, 250 ancient tablets, which is quite a lot. I think people are really wanting a lot more boss stamps and ancient tablets nowadays because of the recent update. And 10 refined black crystal pouch. So just a little more if you want to create more pristine crystals. There you go. Do that. More ingredients to do that.
Some chill quests.
There you go. And that's it. So that's with the Striker pre-registration. Just kind of the big announcement is that Striker is coming in 2 weeks. And that's a big announcement. And I'm sure that no one really expected this. Like, before we usually have updates like this, like when a new class is coming, people are like, I think a new class is about to come on soon.
Well, everyone's hopeful, right?
Like,
every single week, they're like, it's got to be a new class. It's got to be a new class.
And it happened for the Sorcerers before it came out. It happened before the Dark Knight before it came out. Like, people somehow kind of like had a hinge that it was going to come out. But like this time, I think no one had an idea that a new class was about to come out. And Striker is where it is. So if you guys are excited about the Striker, pre-register. If you're not excited about the Striker, still pre-register because you have to get these rewards, and you will definitely thank yourself for it once you get there. Is Striker stronger than Joel?
Did you see the fireball he threw a second ago? He's not even close to as strong as Joel's strength.
No, like it might provide like a wisp of like.
Oh, you're like Dan.
I guess I'm like that baby dragon that just like breathes a little bit of fire out of its mouth. But yes, so that is it for the first announcement of the patch notes, and the second one is not that much smaller. No, it's the second part of the patch notes.
This is gonna take some explanation.
Yeah, I think the second one is something that many people maybe did not expect. Many people were asking for it. They didn't think it was gonna get it then. They didn't think they were getting it now. But they are getting it now.
Oh, they're totally going to get it now.
Oh, they're doing it.
What are they going to get it now, Joel?
They are going to get a brand new content as per mentioned in the maintenance banner where it says a new game content. This is what we were referring to. Dun, dun, dun.
Merchant Tree.
Merchant Tree. Some of you guys know it as World Trade. Some of you guys know it as World Management. It is officially going to be called...
It has been streamlined into Merchant Tree.
It is going to be officially called Merchant Tree.
So it seems like some of you guys already know what this is.
Yeah.
But we'll get into it more. But basically, Merchant Tree is going to be a way for you to get your own wagon, get your own horses onto said wagon, and you're going to be buying and selling resources, gaining levels in Merchant Tree, and getting plenty of gifts, prizes, rewards that you can't get anywhere else.
I love how like the temperature of chat
is so
it's so bipolar. From 1 week to another.
Yeah.
Like, compared to last week's chat, look at this week's chat. All these green yays.
I could feel
spamming in chat.
I could feel chat like coming out of the TV last week.
They were about to grab us and just like take us away and just throw us into the garbage.
Yeah.
Like, I felt that last week. This week, some people are saying it's the best patch ever. Like, what? Striker announcement and now the Merchant Tree. Like, these two combination, it works quite well together, doesn't it?
I'm not gonna lie.
It does well to recover.
When I think martial arts.
Like all the sore wounds that we have. I know I have a cut right here.
From chat?
From last week's chat.
Oh my
gosh. Like the chat was so fierce that you guys see this right here. And the lighting might really.
That was from chat.
That was from chat last week. Like, I was hurt. Like I was cut. Like I was like they just came out and just cut me. But this week's chat for how positive it is. I think about heal this wound.
Chances are fair. Are you putting your wound up to the mic?
Like just to be
so
they can hear the pain. They can hear the pain. They can hear the pain. Like this week, I know I was gonna be a happy Joel this week because I knew this week's patch was going to be like off the hook. It was gonna be off the easy.
Yeah.
And it was gonna be the patch that everybody is gonna love. You got the Striker. You got the Merchant Tree.
All right, let's show them more. Let's show them more what Merchant Tree is.
Let's explain Merchant Tree.
Looks like a lot of people don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. So if you haven't done Merchant Tree before, which would be most of you, but I know there are some of you that played in different regions before and already have experienced this whole just plateau of content that we have because
Okay.
Merchant Tree is huge. It's there's a lot to explain here, and let me put out a disclaimer first before I do go on and explain. I've heard, amidst all the complaints that I got last week, another piece of complaints that I got through DM last week,
Yes.
all throughout the week, was content creators sending me messages saying, Joel, we have no content to create. And I'm like, I couldn't say anything because I think they were right. So what I'm gonna do today is to explain it as briefly as I can, just enough that you guys would understand what it is in the broad scope of things. But for all those content creators out there, this is your go-to assignment, if you can say yourself. This is your content that you should be making for this week, and the most explanation you can get is where you're going to get your views. I guarantee you, because this is where a lot of people will have a lot of questions, and the better you can explain it, it's going to be so good for your channel. So I definitely encourage all our content creators to get in on this on Merchant Tree and try to get into the deeps of it and try to see how well you can explain it for all your viewers from your channel, and that'll be great, because I found myself with every update that comes on, I explained everything.
Oh.
So there's no more to explain.
And you're so thorough.
That's what I was trying to do,
Yeah.
and it turned against me, because a lot of our content creators, which we all respect, don't have much to do, and we're now providing you guys a lot to do. So Merchant Tree, let's get into it. So the first thing you need to do in Merchant Tree is to go to camp, go to your trading post, whether it's level 1 or level 10, doesn't matter. I don't know how high does it actually go?
Oh, in Korea, I've seen it go up to 99.
That was not very.
So I don't know.
That was not a great answer to the
Yeah,
question.
I'm not sure as well what they're doing on the global side.
So yeah, anyway, your trading post, starting from level 1, you can access, in addition to the node manager, you can go actually now start Merchant Tree starting from level 1. So all you need is a trading post at base level. Anything higher doesn't make a difference. So once you get here, I know there's a new button that says Merchant Tree, and you're really tempted to press on that first. But first thing you need to do is actually go to Manage Wagon. So Manage Wagon is the first step in starting off your Merchant Tree adventure. And here you are at the Manage Wagon screen, where you have the default freight wagon already at hand. So this is where you kind of start to build on your bits and pieces to try to create the highest quality of Merchant Tree with each session.
Sure.
Yes, and this is how you do it. So first thing you have to do is you have to have a spare horse. So if you only have one horse in your stable, that's a no-no.
So you're only attaching one horse to the wagon at the start, but you always need at least one horse in the stable, so that would mean 2 horses.
So you need at least 2 horses. You need at least 2 horses in your current stable to be able to use Merchant Tree. So with that being said, you go to this button right here. So harnessed horses is 0 for 1 right now. You just press this plus button, add button, and you'll get to this screen, where I have prepared 2 horses, just for an example. And I will pick this black horse because our game is called Black Desert Mobile.
Solid connection.
Yeah, so I'll do that. And you can see that with the tier 6 that I have on the black horse right now, it does increase the food capacity that you can have. So this food capacity, all in all, will increase with the higher grade, higher tier horses that you have that you will harness into this wagon. So once you get there, press this and press link, and you'll now link your horse, harness your horse into this wagon that you do have. So yeah, here it is. That's the first step you need to do. And if you are not happy with your freight wagon, as you keep doing your Merchant Tree and you want to try to upgrade,
surely you need to be able to make better wagons, right?
To make a better wagon, you can do craft a wagon. And although I can explain the whole load about this one, this is up to our content creators to explain everything about the crafting of the wagon. I'll just explain the base process of trying to get through it, so you guys have a lot more to talk about than I do. So you can craft a wagon. This is also going to be in this menu of what you see here on the trading post. So once you're done setting up the wagon, you'll go back to the screen, the trading post, and now you'll be able to lusciously press that Merchant Tree button that you really wanted to this whole time.
That's exactly how they wanted to hit. Yep.
That's how they want to do it. So press that button and you'll get to the main Merchant Tree prep screen. And here you do 2 things. First of all, you do have to load up some of the trade goods that you'll be selling, you'll be exchanging, and you'll obviously buy more along the way. But you have to load up on some of the trade goods that you already do have in your camp. So if in your storage you you weren't able to use a lot of the trading goods that was already within your inventory, this is a good chance to use it. So in this manage trade goods, you will go here, you can press auto load and it will just load just all the things that you have in your inventory, in your camp, and just try to load it to the maximum extent of the weight that is allowed.
And that'll be so you can start selling right away instead of having to buy the goods within the mode itself.
Exactly. So this is going to be filling up to 500 LT as specified here. And if you press auto load, it will look something like this, where it just loaded up some of the things that you had already in your inventory. So all these blue ones, purple ones, whatever sort of trade goods that you do have, you will be able to just load it up and prepare your merchantry that way. So the second thing you need to do is to manage your escorts. So escorts are just 4 camp workers.
You assign to defend you.
You assign to make sure that nobody attacks you.
No,
And if they do attack you, you fight back.
they will fight back. Yes.
Because the horse will not fight back.
Unfortunately, I don't know why that is. Horses, I thought, had more discipline than that. Yeah.
Like they don't do any of that. So you're gonna need 4 assigned escorts, and the conventional wisdom is to try to assign higher grade workers
Higher grade workers perform
better in multiple areas.
Yes.
So if you have, and I'm not talking about levels, I'm talking about just grades. So if you have white workers, green workers, blue workers, purple workers, and the yellow workers, I'm very sad that the orange worker is not out yet because my one worker has been max level the whole time for such a long time. But anyway, so if you have a lot of yellow workers, try to assign them here to your escort, and you can assign a maximum of 4. And definitely would recommend you guys to do all 4.
Well, it says on the next slide you have, it says 4 workers are required, right?
Oh, it's true.
It is.
You're right. 4 workers are required. So you were reading ahead, and I'm very, very thankful for that. But yes, you have to have all 4 workers to be assigned as escorts. So go ahead and do that. And now you'll be able to depart for merchantry.
And I just wanted to point out too, you'll see 2 values there for the daily food supply and the food capacity. That daily food supply is how much food can be used within a day.
Yeah.
And the food capacity is how much food you use per run. So in this example, you have 16,000 food. You'll have used that much in 1 session of merchantry. You can go back after that within the same day and use up another 16,000.
Yeah.
And then you have a little bit left after that.
Yeah, and that's how you're going to do it. So if you want to make the most efficient run for your entire day for merchantry, you're going to have to do it a couple of times to make sure you can consume all the daily food supply that you do have. Try to zero that out before your day is over to try to maximize your profit off of this. So anyway, so you're going to go to depart for merchantry, and you'll start off in Velia Inn, of course, our favorite continent that we do have in the region.
The best place there ever is.
Yeah, because Velia isn't there. Anyway, so yeah, we'll begin merchantry as such. Players confirm, and you'll be brought onto this page where you're now just leaving your camp. From your camp, you gotta go somewhere.
Somewhere is important.
Yeah, you can't just sit standing. You can't have your horse standing still as soon as you begin merchantry, because the thing about merchantry is you're trying to be as efficient as you can based on time. And the more you just sit here, do nothing, and just stand here, food will continually be consumed.
Right.
Because it's just like us. We can sit still 24 hours, but we still need food. We still get hungry.
And the workers need to eat.
And you have 4 escorts to feed throughout your adventure of standing still. So even if you stand still, that's the point I want to make. You want to be as proactive as you can, as much as you can throughout this entire run, and just don't sit around doing nothing. It's terrible. It's a terrible idea for what you guys want to do with merchantry. So be sure to be on the move every time, and we'll definitely explain how are some of the examples of getting on the move. And the best way to do that is to press this button where it says "No destination set," but we're going to set a destination.
Oh, that's why you tap it to set the
Oh,
destination.
yeah, we're going to make sure their destination is set. And you'll be brought onto this map screen once you do press that button. It's the entire map of the merchantry of where it is able to be traded. So you can see that North Medea, South Medea is locked out for the being, and you'll unlock that at a later time, I suppose. But for the meantime, you have your choices, and of course, our favorite choice out of all the regions is Balenos.
There's no other place to be.
Why would you ever want to be anywhere else? So you can see that for first of all, Balenos, the way it's seen, it has a 1,123 food requirement,
And you can see somewhere like the Southwest Calpheon, Southeast Calpheon, 16,000, 70,000 food. What is this nonsense? Like people would ask that question, and it's literally what this is happening here is the further you want to get, the more food you need.
Yeah, so it's always the food requirement is always based on where you are and how far you're planning to go. So you can see there's plenty of growth for food capacity and many other parts of the entire system.
Yeah, so where you are right now, starting off in Belenos as we already started, to run the entire area, you would need 1,123 food, and we'll get to the specifics of each individual town. So once you press that, the Belenos area, and you will get to this screen where it shows two options that you can go to. First is the best city in the world, Velia, and then we also have the Western Guard Camp right next to it, so you can choose to go to both of them. Then, if you have some food left over, you can go to different towns afterwards. So all this being said, if you want to head over to Velia, all you have to do is just autopath. That's one option to do it. If you want to manually path yourself, there will be a map on screen so you can follow the directions on the way to try to see if you can get to Velia with a better efficient route. And that's completely your choice. But Velia is where we're going to head off first. So once you press this button, the UI will tell you that it is going to be heading off to Velia in Belenos. Okay? Still.
And it goes top to bottom. So the top location is where you're going first, and then it'll go to the next one after that.
Yeah. So with what Tim is saying is regarding the manage preset routes that you can set multiple routes as your location, set destination of that sort. All that once again you guys can explain with the streamers, with all the content creators out there. You guys can definitely do that by explaining more on the things that we'll talk about here on Velia Inn, but you guys can definitely elaborate on that a lot more. Manage preset routes will be available once you're merchantry level at 10.
Yes.
But all that aside, you will be able to manually or automatically go to wherever you want to go. So let's say you're heading off to Velia and you've arrived at Velia. Now you can press enter to get in here. And once you're in here, you are in the town of Velia. Now this is the important thing about entering towns. Where you're outside towns, when you're outside towns, food is consumed no matter where. If you're standing still, if you're moving around, it's going to be consumed. But when you're inside a town, and you stand still, food will not be consumed.
So it's a bit of a pause.
Yeah. It's literally to settle down and to rest. And you will not be punished food-wise for being in the town as long as you like. Of course, it's still good to be efficient to take care of business, do what you need to do, and just get out and go to the next town. That's obviously the best way to handle this merchantry. But the little bit of danger that was involved in just standing still and just kind of laying low for 5 minutes, like you're not going to be punished for that in town. So that's the difference that you guys need to always remember. So how to get there. So the only thing basically you need to do once you get into town is to find a trade vendor. You can see that on the lower right screen, I would think around here. If you find a trade vendor in Velia, which looks like this, Matthias, who's going to be the trade vendor of Velia, and you see that he has a couple of options laid out, and the third option that says treasure, that's also, you guys can explain with the content creators. Once you find a treasure chest, you can open that through that. All that you can explain on your own time, but we'll try to skip that for now, and we'll just go to what's the most important, which is going to be the trade shop, kind of basically the all in all for what merchantry is. So once you press this button, trade shop, once you find a trade vendor, you will be brought onto this screen. So you're right here. You can see that there's this one item that says specialty. So these are called Velia's grapes, and these are only available in Velia. But truth be told, some other people in other cities want Velia's grapes.
No way.
No, like Velia's grapes are so delicious.
They are the best in the biz.
And that's why other cities are just hauling for it. But not many is available because Velia is a small town and there's a limited amount of farmers.
A quaint village.
But you can buy Velia's grapes in Velia and sell them to another city that is asking for it. And we'll talk about that a little bit later once we go on. So this is the buy tab where you can buy a lot of the stuff that is available in this town of Velia through this trade vendor of Matthias. You can see that the list is there. You can also exchange different goods. So what I mean by goods is just materials that you can gain through gathering. And you can use that to trade for different items all laid out store. And of course, the wrapper that you do see is sort of like Amity.
Yeah, so this rapport system is briefly going to be when you do your buying and selling with the same vendor, you're going to improve your rapport with that person.
Yeah.
And so it'll be supported by a numerical value, just like we do with Amity and so many other things. And when you reach certain breakpoints, as you guys can see, you will have more things available to exchange.
Yeah, so buying constantly from the same vendor is going to be very, very important. So
Right.
if you stop buying from one vendor after 3 days, the fourth day, the decay will happen.
Yeah, similar to the node manager, where your popularity starts to go down.
Yeah.
It's the same deal.
You have to be active all the time with the same vendor. So
Right.
if you go to this one vendor, if you go to Matthias the first day, the best plan is to go to Matthias on the second day and the days after, because keeping a consistent relationship
Yeah, so
with
a consistent merchantry schedule.
there you go, specific merchants. That's going to be a good idea to make sure you get higher rapid, and you be able to unlock a little more exchange opportunities that way. And lastly, you also have the sell option where you can sell different things. You can see that a lot of the things that we do already recognize, the black fragment, we already know what that is, but anti-petrification amulet,
That's
cliffs, martial arts, manual, like all these things, some of these things we don't recognize, those are kind of like the Velia's grapes from different cities.
They have the same borders, that's for sure.
It's the yellow grade. It's the yellow grade items that we
Specialty
have.
items.
So these are the specialty goods, is what we're calling them, and you can buy them from different cities, then sell it off in different cities. So you can see that Matthias is wanting a lot. That greedy little, I'm sorry, that kind old man that wants a lot of different stuff, as understood. He wants a lot of stuff, and you have to get it for him at a certain value. You can see that the values do fluctuate every now and then. So every 15 minutes, the renewal of market value will always change. So if you don't like the price that Matthias is setting it now, literally just like in real life, you have to just kind of sit still and wait.
Just like
Wait.
like you do.
And just stare at him for about 15 minutes, and he'll change his mind.
When I go to my favorite restaurant and I see the prices are too expensive, I just stand there and I stare at them, and eventually it's cheaper.
For 15 minutes, though.
Yeah.
You have to do it for 15 minutes. The staring for 15 minutes.
Like clockwork. I just count down, and as soon as it hits 0, they like, okay.
I'm
50%
sorry.
off. 50%
You
off.
stared at me for 15 minutes, and I think I should change my mind.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of what happened.
It's a human culture thing.
It's a lot of these things that happen in merchantry are very relatable.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say. So if you don't like the price that's being offered initially, just make sure you can wait for that renewal route and then see what the new prices are. And if you still don't like it, just get out of there. Like, just like you do in real life.
And take a
It's like-
bus.
And like, all right, you stared at me for 15 minutes. I'm gonna make the price change. How about now? If you don't like it, don't punch him. Be nice about it, but you can leave. You just leave the restaurant. Say, I'm gonna go to a different restaurant.
Indeed.
That's how it works. So yeah, that's how it works for the main. These are the main parts of doing merchantry. This is basically what you're in it for. So you're trying to be as efficient, trying to sell things for as high as price you can find them in different cities, because different cities will offer different prices for different things. So you're trying to sell things for as highest amount of silver as you can, but you're also trying to buy things at much of a profit, and then exchange things to your liking.
Buy low, sell high.
Exactly. It's the basic market value of capitalism, but it's literally the most efficient way you can make a lot of silver through here. But one thing that you guys do need to know through this is that merchantry is going to be a lot of manual labor. It's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah, there's not a lot of
Automated. And there's not much automated things about it, but the rewards that you get can be very, very good and can be very, very worth it for your efforts. So what that is what merchantry is. So we're going to go to the last screen where we're going to explain merchantry. You can see that people are already bored because this is long enough with the briefness of the explanation that I gave. If you want to make a full-fledged explanation video of merchantry, it's going to take 30 minutes. I guarantee you. It's not going to be an easy explanation.
So you're welcome is what he's saying.
Yes. To all the content creators out there, if you wanted to create some stuff, here you go. So here's some of the other stuff that you can do in merchantry. These are called events that you can do along the travel, getting from one town to another. So the first one that's highlighted in red is just gathering stuff, and the second one that's highlighted in the orange column, that's actually the combat event. And of course, you can just get out of there just by exit merchantry. So you can exit merchantry at your own pace, but you can also automatically exit merchantry if you run out of food.
Right.
So that's that. So once you're done, you'll see your merchantry report. You can see all the stats of what you did. Obviously, I sucked through this testing phase. I got a D, D, C, C. If I got that on my report cards back in the day, I don't know what would happen back home.
People are gonna have words with you.
Well, thank goodness it's not school back in the day, because me being an Asian kid, it did not help that cause. So all in all, you get to see your merchantry report. You definitely can do a lot better than me. It was for a testing phase. I promise I'll do better once I actually get there. But yeah. So this is where it's going to be ending your whole merchantry phase, and this is basically how you do it. So more explanations on this, you can check the guide that we're going to be uploading very, very soon once the maintenance is over. Check on that first. But if you want even more explanation, I'm sure our lovely content creators and streamers all abroad will be taking notes right now and taking notes as they already do. And if some of these guys have already experienced merchantry already, I'm sure they can create a very in-depth explanation for all of you guys. All right, so with that, we just have one event related to merchantry, just in the celebrating the launch of merchantry.
And this is very familiar.
Very, very similar format to what we've already experienced. Just do this, get this done.
Yep.
As easy peasy as it can get.
And those gifts should seem pretty familiar for most people.
And the rewards are pretty relative, pretty related to what you need in merchantry.
So a horse and Chicago keys are relative to everything always.
And the little things at the bottom too, like all these materials that you'll need to exchange a lot more, and of course the milk for the food, and of course and for the silver, the golden stuff to sell for more silver. So you need a lot of more silver to make more silver, and you need the resources to exchange for something better. So that's how it's going to work. So yeah, all that, excluding the in-depth explanation of events, excluding the explanation about the wandering shop. There's so many things I didn't explain on purpose because it was going to take a long time even without it, and you guys already saw that.
Yes.
And I'm just going to cut off right here, and for all the rest of the explanation, check the guide once it does go live after the maintenance is over, and be sure to refer to your favorite content creators to ask them to create the best guide ever so that everyone can watch their videos, and we can all be a happy family. All right, so that's that. We're gonna go past merchantry now and go over to this next update, which is a very familiar content that we are very much aware of now. But it's a little different.
People were asking about it before. This is an update to
the Tower of Trials. And what could it be? It's very simple. You can now do 3 characters.
And
it goes higher.
And it goes up to floor 30.
Yeah, it goes higher. So you can set 3 characters as such when compared to before. And even with 2 characters, I know some people have already beat the top level. I beat the second to the top level with my 2 characters, but I could not beat the top 1.
But now
you can do 3 characters. And with that, it makes a lot of sense to expand the floors much, much more. And you get to go to floor 30 at the maximum. So
not too shabby.
So now it seems like Pearl Abyss is kind of looking towards this family CP business.
Yes.
To be a little more important than
becoming
before.
more and more relevant to have a higher CP count among your entire roster.
So if you have this incredibly strong striker, as soon as you create it 2 weeks later, that's not going to be enough.
No.
You need to create another character.
Well, it sure would be nice if there was a way to reward creating a bunch of characters with
Whoa.
a high family CP, Joel.
I know we can't provide much. For family CP, but for those who are there, we're going to be explaining this. A new feature called Family Prestige. So you have this 6,085 family CP, which is pretty much the average count for most people. It's kind of like, I'm around a little lower than actually. I'm still at like 5K-ish. I got a long way to go. But anyway, with some people with higher family CP should be rewarded a little bit, not too much. Of course, you can't give pure stats or all that, but we're thinking of ways to try to relate this over to a thing called Family Prestige, and it's going to look like this. So family CP of 10,000 or higher will be innately given combat XP bonus of 5%. 15,000 higher is going to add to that 2 storage slots. 20,000 or higher, add to that dark energy XP 1%. And it's not listed here, but it goes higher. The higher you
going.
Does keep going. So it's about we got to show what is up to like 220,000, but any higher than that, you guys can get there, see all the little perks that you can get. It's not too much. It's not too much, but it's just enough to say that we do recognize you for trying to put out as much effort as you can, and not into just one character, but into multiple characters. Because I think some of the exciting thing about this upcoming Ramadans tournament is we're gonna allow class switching
Right.
in between the rounds. So you do round one and you pick your whole comp and you guys lost, and you think, I don't think it was my controls. I don't think it was my finger mechanics that lost me this game. I think it was a sheer combination that did not work against the enemy combination.
Right.
So I'm gonna switch my class into a different class, but it has to be strong enough to be fine against it, right? Because this Raven is gonna be competitive. It's going to be very, very strong players all around. So with this, we're now promoting all these people, everybody out there, to try to create as many characters as you can to get them stronger, so that your family CP gets higher, so you can get a little bit of perks along the way as well. So you can say 10,000, 15,000, and 20,000 as mentioned, and that's it. That's it for today's patch notes. It's a 3-hour patch note, but definitely worth the wait, and I think it's going to be a lot of things to be excited about. All right, so I guess we can go onto the big screen now, Jeremy. We can go back to it. Oh, man.
All right, so that's it for the patch notes. Again, we just have a little bit more for the maintenance, and then you guys are going to be able to dig into everything we've talked about today. And we are happy to answer any questions you guys have about any of the content that we just talked about.
Any questions that you guys might have on this patch note that you guys saw?
I remember a question someone asked before with Striker coming out. Are we adding storage slots? Are we adding character slots?
The maximum storage slots, you say, right?
Right now, I believe with White Pearls, the max is 8. Without is 6.
Okay.
And I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard it either, but I think when the Dark Knight came out, I think we sold more storage expansion, the character expansion. But that's for you guys to wait and find out to see what happens. But shouldn't be too big of a deal. I don't think a lot of people have that many character slots already filled out. I have 4 characters right now, and I have about 2 expansion slots coupon ready to go.
I have 5 characters, and I've got my 6th one. I was waiting for Striker.
Okay, so yeah, so I think you guys should be all right with that. But if you feel like they don't give you a new expansion slot and you need a new expansion slot, just scream that out. I'm sure that's not that hard to make, but most likely you guys will have enough expansion slots to create a Striker.
Do workers level up in merchantry?
Yes, that's also for you all to explain with the content creation out there. But yes, your workers, your escorts, will be more efficient, more effective, and they'll become better, stronger, faster, and all that sort.
All of the other things.
Yeah. So they'll have separate levels for different category, including combat and all those gathering modes.
They have a lot of different kinds of stats, more than you guys are used to seeing.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are specific for merchantry.
Yeah. So just do more and more. Just do more and more, and just try to level up your merchantry level, and then your merchantry experience, I'm sure, will get better over time, and will get better and better as you do it. Other questions? I think it was a good update though. Like I know the family prestige was it doesn't really apply to a lot of people, but most likely the other updates are exciting enough that people can still be excited about today's patch notes. Awakening when? Still don't know. Like I said, you guys are asking new class when, right? It's like we didn't know. We literally didn't know, but we knew today, and we told you today. That's how it works. If we know it, we tell you. If we don't know it, we don't tell you. That's how it works. All right, other questions. Does merchantry affect node level? No, those go separately. So I know you guys want to focus really hard on the node manager, but also you guys want to focus on the new merchantry that came on. All those things go separately. So I'm definitely going to be investing my workers still into the node manager and still getting my perks off of that.
I plan on doing both as well.
And I still have 4 escorts left over, just all yellow grades. I'm trying to prep that for merchantry as well. So all in hand, you guys might lose a little bit of efficiency in the camp itself, in the world gathering, but I think it might be worth it in the end because all the other rewards will be just good enough for you guys to separate that. Other questions? Free coupons No, not that I heard of.
Not that we've heard of.
No, not. I'll let you guys know when we have free coupons. Let's see other stuff. Permanent Field of Valor. You guys like Field of Valor? We do too.
I like Field of Valor.
We hopefully will get it soon. And maybe they could consider it being permanent. But I don't know if they really thought about that. But yeah, Field of Valor, we like it. And we would love to have it in the game again very, very soon. And we'll let you know if it comes. We don't know yet. Lan Win, the striker was just announced. Sorry about that. So, if anything,
gotta pace things out.
If anything, you guys have to wait a little bit for a new class to be released because a new class was just announced.
Present chat.
Present chat, Jeremy.
Thank you,
please.
thank you.
Let's see, Shakatu accessories. Haven't heard. Any characters getting buffed and nerfed? You gotta have to check that through patch notes. Other things. Hot deals. We want hot deals too, but not
Hot deals
yet.
are great.
But not yet. Other questions. So just another reminder for you guys that the Raminus tournament will be open for registration after today's maintenance. So once we get to that phase, so you guys will have see a notice out there, and you guys can start registering for that, and see if a lot of you guys will be having a lot of fun with that again. Because last time was very fun. I think this time should be even more fun with more people interested. All right.
Yes, you can do. I saw someone ask about Tower Trials. So, like we said, you can do it up to 3 characters, but you have to be logged in with the characters separately. So you will need 4 characters.
If you want the maximum efficiency.
To take full advantage in all of them at level 45 or higher.
So yeah, that's Tower Trials. Good stuff again. Best item to earn from merchantry. There's not really a best item. The whole point is to buy things at the cheapest price you can find, and to sell that in a different city for the most money you can find.
Yeah, the mode itself is a lot of trading goods, so it will be silver gains.
Yeah, silver gains.
So it's a really good way to get silver. But the exchange column will have some interesting things you can get once you build rapport.
And be sure to keep your eyes on a wandering shop. There's going to be this little raccoon-y looking thing. That's about the best description I can give for that character.
That guy has the good stuff.
That guy has the goods. And like he buys your stuff off for a lot of money because he has a lot of money. He's like Shaka 2's like second cousin.
Twice removed.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he has a lot of money, so he's going to pay a lot of silver for your goods. And he's going to sell you guys a lot of good stuff for cheap as well. So if you spot him, grab him. Like, capture him. Like, do something with him.
Indeed.
Purchase. Yeah, trade with him. That's what I meant. That's what I meant by something. Other things? Ranked Arena season reset when? I heard that it was the last day of this month, so it should be coming very, very soon, and the May season should start very, very soon as well. So in your rewards, I think should come accordingly, but we'll definitely keep you guys updated on that exactly when that happens. Lightstone and Shaka to rate up. It's already been rated up. If you haven't seen it before. Well, actually, Lightstone hasn't been rated up because it was the relics and the alchemy stones that were rated up. But the Lightstones are pretty high rate to begin with. Like I have like 3 oranges, and I have 1 yellow. And I think people are usually fine with Lightstones. Other things. Arena balance fix. It's already been modified quite heavily last week, and I think we heard some good responses coming out of that, saying that it's not as bad as it used to be, but definitely there's still some differences out there. Obviously, if your enemy is a lot stronger than you, it's most likely that they're gonna beat you, most likely. But yeah, it's definitely been modified to be a little bit better than what it used to be before, so hopefully that experience does improve a little bit.
Server transfer option, I haven't heard.
Still haven't heard. I don't know if we will need it really because all the servers are pretty occupied. Like even Balenos, Balenos was like the first server that came off of Europe, right? And usually like when new server comes out, they go like new server hype. I don't know why, but like new server hype, so they all jump into the second server that came out, which was Velia at the time. Then just jump in. Delphi that came out, just jump in. But even now, I think we're getting reports that a lot of people are still signing up for Balenos and registering there, and now it's like a pretty decent player base for all servers. So I think server transfer, I don't know if we'll need that. Other things? No more gold coins for free. Shakatu officially gave out as much gold coins as
His
he needed to
his
give
vaults
out.
are empty.
Yeah, he gave out as much as he needed to give out. I think he was happy with how much he's given out. I don't know when he's going to give out more Shakatu gold coins later in the future. But talking about giving away stuff,
Goodness gracious.
even you don't know this because I forgot to tell you about this.
I am finding out along with everyone else.
Yeah.
What's happening?
So we're going to do the golden stick giveaway soon, right?
But
the thing about golden stick giveaway was that we the meta has evolved over time since the first time we did this giveaway when we
Yes.
gave out 100 ancient gold coins and we gave out 5 special chicken
I would
soup.
say the gold coins meant a lot more a long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah. So the 100 gold coins doesn't mean much now. And I was talking about that with the director and saying like, can we give better rewards even though it's not golden, even though it's not soupy? And she was like, yeah, go for it.
Nice.
And we're
Wait,
giving.
so what are we getting?
You guys might be surprised about this, but and it might actually force a lot more people to come up with creative ideas. We're giving away tier 1 pets.
Oh.
One tier 1 pet for each person that we pick.
So we're just chucking pets at people
We're
now.
just like pet, pet, pet.
Yay, pet time competition.
Like it's still gonna be called a golden stick giveaway, but it's not gonna be golden or soupy at all. But it's just gonna be petty.
Just pets.
Yeah, it's gonna be very petty.
Pets
So
and pets and pets and pets.
I love how the word petty actually is not very positive, but it's a very positive.
Oh, it's very negative.
but our intentions are very
So
positive.
now can we call this the petty golden soup giveaway?
that would really downgrade its morale, I would think. But yes, we're gonna give away tier 1 pets as the reward now, so that you guys can have a better chance to build more tier 5 pets. I know it's gonna be a far away journey from there, but definitely get you one step closer. So if you guys haven't participated in the golden stick giveaway for all this time, maybe it's a better motivation for you guys to do. But yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. Just a couple more questions before we get there, because I know today was a lot of big updates as well, so a lot of curiosity, I'm sure. Chat's moving fast, dude.
I know. I'm trying to read as efficiently as I can. Can crystals drop from mobs?
Crystals drop from mobs. Nah,
Can
not
that be made?